Peace and blessings out there. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Bugatti Gert Truth Serum. Now I got something on my chest. You know me, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 every time. Now they got all these groups springing up in America. And they got some old groups. You know, you got Proud Boys, you got Antifa, you got Black Lives Matter, you got the Rainbow Coalition, and they all of them had these different ideologies on how they think this nation should be. But when I address this here, I'm addressing this to my African American people, right? This is a question that I have. You know, why every time somebody bring up the violence that we committing towards one another, they get outcast. Like they ain't fighting for the cause. So you mean to tell me that's not fighting for the cause? Speaking out about the violence that we commit against each other? That's not a cause worth fighting for? That's been plaguing us for a long time, man. If you want to keep it 1,000, that has been plaguing us for a long time, man. And every time somebody speak out about that, you know, they're not trying to say, when they speak out, they're not trying to do away with the protests and do away with the cause that everybody else advocating for. They're not trying to do away with that. But you ever heard the saying? You have to clean up your house. You have to clean up your own house, man. You can't tell somebody about doing something and you doing it. How am I gonna tell you about smoking crack and I'm smoking crack? How am I gonna tell you about not to sell drugs and I'm selling drugs? You serious? And when people speak out about that, it's like they get shunned. You know? Look at the statistics. And don't get me wrong, I understand all the causes that's being fought. But that's when we need to fight too. All what's being said is, look, you need to clean up your house too. You know, you just focus your energy on one thing. When we got multiple things that's plaguing us as a people, as a community. And murdering each other is one of them. I'm from New Orleans, right? My city off the chain. You could come down here, you could party. It's like you went to, it's like you left the United States, man, and went somewhere else when you come to New Orleans. That's how live it is down here. You think you're in another country, man. Because our culture is different. But guess what? We've been number one in the murder rate for a number of years. And we always in the top 5, the top 7, every year. Every year. And they need to stop. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a street nigga. Excuse my language. But I was brought up in the streets, did street things. I understand there is lines you don't cross in the street. I understand when blood gets spilled. I understand all that. There's certain things you don't do. Certain people gotta be checked. Because you can't let evil run rampant. And I understand those things, you know? But in the ratting too, understand all that. But when you lay up there, and I see foolishness going on. I see brothers killing brothers behind nothing. Those the ones I'm talking to. The ones who run around here trigger happy. The ones who run around here don't want to be told nothing. when a brother trying to help you out. The ones that think they knew everything. I'm talking about the ones who disrespectful. Who's the ones I'm talking to? Half us already in jail, man. Read the statistics. Half us already in jail. So you mean to tell me that the fathers on the street, you taking them away too? It's bad enough we got our own hurdles to climb with people that's not black for us to be holding each other back. And especially murdering each other. Because 2 lives get destroyed, yours and his, and the one you murdered. And possibly your child and his child, your son and his son. Because y'all won't be in a home. And that make it 10 times harder for the mother. She gonna have to end up working 2 jobs trying to provide. And the children gonna be left to raise themselves. Those the ones I'm talking to. Those the ones that'll pick up a gun instead of a book. Those the ones I'm talking to. Real rap, man. That stuff gotta stop. And more people should be calling for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't just focus on one thing. Man, they got kids being gunned down, man. Kids. Kids being murdered. Women being murdered, man. They gotta stop. That's genocide. We committing on our own self. You gotta ask yourself why. And 9 times out of 10, it's done by somebody you know. Somebody in your community. Real rap. And y'all know I'm speaking the truth. So why we so anxious to pull a gun and kill another? Why we so anxious to disregard the kids and the females out there instead of shooting? Killing children and women. Why we don't have no respect for that? Why we don't have no respect for these old folks out here? Why we don't have no respect for that? That when them children getting off from school, you move around. I know how it is to be in the streets. I know it ain't got jobs for everybody. But you got to have a code of conduct. You got to have a code of conduct out there. When the old people out there move around, man. Them children getting off from school, moving around, they don't need to see that. That be what you be doing to provide. But you don't want them to see that because you want them to do better. You want them to be better than you. That's your job as a parent. It's to make sure your child elevate above you. And that's his job when he become a parent, to make sure his child elevate above him. Come on, man. That needs to be addressed. And I hate it when they do people that. When people try to draw attention to that. That don't want to be talked about. That's got to be talked about, man. That's got to be talked about. We just can't be upset at police violence on us. We need to check ourselves, man. And that's real. Nobody not trying to stop what these other organizations doing out here. We just letting you know, don't forget about one of the biggest problems that's plaguing us as a community. We could address all that at the same time. Don't nobody need to be shunned. Don't nobody need to be called no coon. But that needs to be addressed, man. There's no structure out here in the streets. And I know things change, so I'm not gonna go back to my days. But they had structure out there, man. People cared about things. Even though they was in the streets. You don't have to be wicked. You don't have to be a murderer because you're in the streets. You don't have to do that. But you got to have the love of self. You got to have the love of your brother. You got to have the love of his mother. You got to have the love of his father, not to bring them through that. Anybody. And sometimes it's warranted. And I know that. I know sometimes it's warranted. And you have to do it. Of protecting yourself. Understand that. Those are the ones I'm not talking to. I'm talking to the foolish ones. That's what I'm talking to. The foolish ones. Who think a gun solve everything. Who's just jealous. Angry and upset. Humbuggers looking for trouble. Every day I cut on the news in here. I really don't watch the news, but I already know what's on it. The first 5 minutes of the news in New Orleans, it's a murder. Somebody getting killed. Come on, man, when is it gonna stop? When is it gonna stop? These kids getting killed. These females getting killed. Real rap, man. And yeah, they need prison reform. They need police reform. Yeah, they down bad for what they doing. I'm not against that. I'm saying don't forget about that. I'm saying don't forget about the black on black crime. And people say crime is crime. Yeah, it's crime. They got white on white crime. They got Hispanic on Hispanic crime. Every ethnicity commits crimes against each other. But I'm addressing my black people. Because for too long, this has been ignored. For too long. This is not a fight you take to the White House. This is a fight you take within your community. Because that's where it's happening at. This is a fight where you address those in the streets. And see, we not had this going on no more. If you need something, I got it. You need help with this, I'm going to help you. And we got to be willing to accept that help and put your pride to the side, man. And brothers reaching out to you. And make sure you keep it real when they reach out to you. Because ain't nobody going to be messing around with no losses. Come on, man. Come on, man. I got very few that I grew up with that's still here. Very few. Very few. And sometimes, man, I just be like, damn. Just to see all this pain and all this hurt over and over and over again. It denormalized, bro. To where it don't even shock you no more. When I was growing up, you hear somebody get killed, it was shock therapy, man. You was shocked. You was in dismay and disbelief. Now, you don't even pay it no mind. That's the first thing the news gonna put on. They got more than killing going on out here. Everybody out here killing. That's the first thing they gonna put on. the murders, political, and the weather. Start showing these brothers that's out here busting their ass, helping the youth, trying to keep these kids straight. Start showing that. Start showing more positive things. But they not going to do that. Because they're going to keep showing that and keep keeping you numb to that reality. Keeping you numb to that reality that's plaguing us, man. They don't have a cop killing somebody every day in New Orleans. But there's a murder just about every day in New Orleans. And it deals with somebody black. That's going on. And like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not on here trying to tell nobody about try to be in defense of the police. Man, I see it with my own eyes. Yes, they need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought to court. No protective custody or nothing. They broke the oath in their office. They violated that. They're a criminal just like me. Put them on a regular tip. Don't give them no protective custody. A lot of them dudes that serving time might be serving time for something they planning on them or something. He been convicted just like everybody else. Get no parental treatment. Put him on a tip. Put him on a regular tip with all the rest of the criminals. So I'm not on you for that. I'm saying we need to address the violence, man, that's going on within us. This, man, is out of control, bro. From the 80s, started jackets, in the 90s, Jordans, some petty stuff, man. Petty stuff, man. Come on, man. These women working 2 jobs. Because you done murdered their kid's father. And now the kids growing up without structure in the home. Because mom trying to make ends meet. And the same thing going on with you once you go down for the murder. Your girl trying to work 2 jobs. Trying to keep her head above water. The senseless killing needs to stop, bro. Damn. It needs to stop. That's all I'm gonna say on that. You know? And if you got a problem with that, man, it's just because you can't handle the truth. It's just because you can't handle the truth. It is what it is. Something else. Oh, yeah. Bruh. Family. Look. Watch out for these scammers, man. They calling people, phone, acting like they from the Social Security office, giving you a case number and they badge number, talking about this from the Social Security office and your Social Security number has been suspended. That's what they saying on the phone when they talk to you. Social Security number has been suspended due to suspicious activity. And then they ask you for your last 4. Well, if you suspended my number to suspicious activity, you got my number then. So don't fall for it. If the Social Security office won't reach out to anybody, man, they gonna mail y'all a letter. And they got a 1-800 number. If a 504-225-318, whatever area code calling you, somebody from the Social Security office, they lying. They have a 1-800 number. And he's scamming people, man. And if somebody did you that, you need to make a claim on a Social Security online, make a claim online to Social Security office for identity theft, bro. Cause that's what's going on. That's what's going on. So watch for the scammers, man. Like I see, if they got a area code that's wrong, there's gonna be a 1-800 number, and then they notify you by mail. I know this personally because I talked to them. They're gonna notify you by mail if they want to talk to you about anything. And it's been going on, the scamming, and it's rampant, and it's running wild, man. Man, I got a call 3 times in one day from a scammer. 3 different scammers. So whatever is going on is big and it's working. And man, they trying to steal your identity, man. Love y'all, man. Keep your head up. This Bugatti Gert. Once again, True Serum. Man, holla at your boy, man. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you know. My name Robert Jenkins on YouTube. But on Instagram and Facebook, it's a neat Bugatti Gert. True Serum, man. Look me up, bro. Subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming. I'm coming 1,000 when I come. Like I see, keep your head up. Keep pushing. Keep praying. You know? And don't never think don't never think you defeated in nothing. In nothing. Because every time you wake up, you hit the lottery. Because they got people ain't woke up. They got people who will not see the end of the day. So when you wake up, you hit the lottery. When your mom wake up, you hit the lottery twice. Your daddy wake up, you hit the lottery 3 times. You know where I'm getting at. Your kids wake up, however many you got, you done hit the lottery all those times. So you already won for today because you woke up. You already a winner. You already won for the whole day because you woke up. Come on. Like I said, man, Bugatti Gert True Serum, bro. 1,000.